Okay, back with part two. Part two to the magic circle, as I'm calling it. I've found a bunch more, but to start this, I thought I would just show you the basic template here without all the stuff written in, just to give everybody an idea what it actually looks like. So from this, from the 4 points, the 2 going through the center, I was able to find all this information just from this template alone. If you want to call it a template, it's like a geometrical template, if you will. Okay, so here's all the other ones that I found. And to begin, there was a correction from the last one, which I did note in the description, where this measurement in here, I wrote as it was a 10-point circle, but in fact it was a 20-point circle. Just so everyone knows that it was a bit of a typo. Okay. So for all the missing ones, I went and found the ones that I had not found. And these are the ones that I found and that are already known, and that most people know how to get, some of these, most of these. The 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 30. So all those points of circles. Some of them I found in the previous one, and some of these are already known, and people know how to find those. But the ones that were missing, these ones here, is what this one is about today. So first of all, this one here, I had to take a line from the center of the circle going through at a 45 degree angle, and that gave me this point here. The edge of the circle there to that intersection there. Is a 13-point circle. Once again, if you take the width of your compass on this size circle, it'll give you a 13-point circle. Once again, I've used a 3-inch radius circle here. The bigger they are, the easier it is to kind of navigate here. So that's the 13, and the 14, 15, 16 are already known, and I have found. Let me see if I can find the next one was the 17-point circle, and this one I found from the midpoint there to that intersection there. That was the 17-point circle. The next one was the 19. So it was from that intersection to there. That'll give you a 19-point circle. The next one is the 23, I believe. That's the 23 there. And so to get these ones, you had to draw another 45 line from the center, extend that line over there, and also you needed to draw the line from one of the sides of the hexagon. So from that point there to that point, that's one of the sides of the hexagon, and that's the 45 coming from through the center. And also this is one of the sides of the square, from that point to that point, which I filled in there, which I'll come back to in a minute. But the 23 is from that intersection there, from the 45 and one of the sides of the hexagon, that intersection to the edge of the circle there. That'll give you a 23 point circle. Or did I jump one here? Oh, I think I did. Yeah, 19. Sorry about that. To 21. The 21 was there, from the side of the square and the 45. From that point to the edge of the circle will give you a 21 point circle. And the 23 I've just gone over is in there. That gives you the 23 point circle. The 23 next is the 25. I found the 25 in here. When you connect your kind of a imaginary line from that intersection to that intersection, and the midpoint, which is one of the four main points of the cross, that midpoint there. So the midpoint between those to that intersection gives you a 25 point circle. Okay, this one gets a little this in focus here. A little tight for space in here, but so from this point in here to across in there to that point, and that is from the line that gave us the 7 point circle from the midpoint to the corner. So you draw that line in there, and that gives you that intersection there, the higher one of these two. So from there to there was a 27 point circle. And from that point to that point gives you the 29 point circle. That was kind of hard to see in here, but so the next was the 29 to the 31, I believe. The 31 was from the very center of the circle to that point, which is one of the intersections where the line was drawn to get the 7 point circle, from that point to that point. And if you draw that line in there, that intersection there to the middle of the circle will give you a 31 point circle. And the next was the 32, which is from the middle of the circle to that intersection there. Okay, so we're up to 32 here. And I did find the 33 as well. The 33 was in here. From that intersection to that intersection was the 33 point circle. And there was one more. The bonus one was right in here between that intersection and that intersection gave us the 36-point circle. So I think I got them all. Excuse me. So these are the ones that I was looking for, that I didn't have already. And there's something actually interesting in here too. What this little note here is for is remember from the last one, the 22, which was this distance in here. What can I use here? Anyways, let me see if I can do this. Yeah, that measurement in there, and when you take that measurement there, which gave us the 22-point circle, and you scribe it on that line, which gave us the 7-point circle, well, exactly 3 of these 22s fit on that line, which gave us the measurement for a 7-point circle. So that's pretty interesting. The 3 22s fit exactly into the 7. And that's like the opposite of pi, right? It's so that's there's something going on there. I don't know. One of the mysteries of geometry, the intrigues and mysteries of geometry. I think, yeah, I talked about that mistake I made last time. Sorry about the camera here. I made some notes, and I thought, you know what, I'll just give a little reading here while I'm at it. So I've always been curious how they did things with a drawing compass, centuries ago. How did they achieve such perfection and beauty in the Renaissance and in the Gothic, like cathedrals, for example? They didn't have the technology we have today. They didn't have computers. They didn't have these laser precision instruments. And yet they did these unimaginable things. And so this is kind of what's kind of motivated me here as well, is, I wanted to kind of reverse engineer into the past and to see how they, maybe I found some of these things, like how did they know all these different measurements, and how were they able to do these things with just a drawing compass and a straight edge, and I think I found some of them, right? So this is kind of like a reverse engineering into the times of the Renaissance and stuff. For example, like Leonardo da Vinci. I mean, he was famous for his artwork, right, and stuff like that. But he was actually a draftsman. He was actually, that was kind of his education, you might say. Like, he was like the architect of that day. So he would have been, well adversed with the use of a compass and such, right? It's just kind of ironic that he's more known for his famous the artwork or whatnot. And I was thinking about that also, like, the word we use today, architect, like it's actually the arc or arch, and the tech is short for technique. So it's the technique of arcs and arches, and straight lines, of course. So I thought that's interesting. Where we still actually kind of have that in the very language we use today. It's just that most people don't think much of a drawing compass other than just to perform a few simple functions like drawing some circles and a few basic geometrical shapes or something like that. For the most part. But it's kind of a lost art, and yet they were able to achieve all these incredible things with just a drawing compass and a straight edge. So I think that it would be worth our while to actually to try and reverse engineer and to figure out some of these lost um, the lost kind of techniques and the lost skills and trades that they had, and you could use that in today's world with something that I like to call classical modern, like a Renaissance too, where so that these lost kind of arts, are not lost, but they can come back into our present time, and we can use them for different things, and we can use them perhaps in a modern way. Anyway, I think it's a step towards kind of reviving the Renaissance, but reviving it in the sense of like a modern Renaissance, right? Obviously, we can't go back and live 300 years ago or whatever. So let me see here. What else did I want to say? Yeah, I think that's about it. It's just I thought it's quite incredible how they were able to do these incredible things of precision and beauty and proficiency, and yet they used these kinds of techniques and instruments that are considered to be obsolete to some people today. Um, but I don't think it is. In my opinion, I think that they still have a place, and that they can be used in a modern way. To make a classical modern, right? Renaissance too. And that's it for this one.